Training for real-time intralingual subtitlers. Unit 2, Linguistic Competence. Element 1, Functionality, Accuracy, Readability, and Legibility. Non-verbal elements created by UAB. The learning outcomes for this unit are to identify when non-verbal elements need to be described and to produce legible and readable transcriptions while creating the transcripts for the live situation. In this video lecture, we will be dealing with the following points: non-verbal elements, speakers' identification, paralinguistic features, music, and at the end of the lecture, a summary will be provided. Non-verbal elements. Importance of information. According to Neves, offering information such as speaker identification, sound effects, music, or paralinguistic information, it means giving more rather than less. Language needs to be manipulated to accommodate technical constraints such as space or font size and shape according to the textual features of the working context. Speaker identification, paralinguistic features, and music are relevant elements that should be provided to our audience and adapted to each working context, as different settings will require different needs. Speaker's identification. The real-time subtitler is also responsible for identifying speakers. There are two main methods to identify a speaker: colors and labels. It will mainly depend on the working context and also the country in which the subtitling is provided. In terms of colors, white, yellow, cyan, and green are common colors used for speaker identification in many countries, and mainly for the TV working context. In other working contexts, such as conferences or parliamentary reporting, it is more common the use of labels, in which the name of the speaker is inserted, usually in brackets and capital letters. In some cases, the use of dashes or hyphens might be used to indicate a speaker change. Paralinguistic features. Paralinguistic features. Paralinguistic features include accent, pronunciation, intonation, vocal non-verbal information, and pauses and hesitations of the speaker. These features may also be included if they are significant for the viewer. Accents and pronunciation. Some paralinguistic features are accents and pronunciation that in some cases might cause an added problem to the real-time intralingual subtitler due to a very close accent, the use of a localism, or the use of non-standard words such as gotcha or kinda. But this information might be relevant to convey the message of the speaker and thus must be indicated. According to Zarate, it is worth bearing in mind that reading the words with an indication of their pronunciation is not something we normally do, so it may require some extra reading time. Intonation. In terms of intonation, it is also important to convey the meaning to the audience, as in some cases loud speech, sarcasm, or lyrics might be important to understand the intended message of the source text. These features should be subtitled when the professional considers them important and they are conveyed exclusively through the voice without any visual reference. Non-verbal sounds. Vocal non-verbal sounds are those produced by a human voice and are non-verbal, such as coughing, crying, or laughing. The use of the simple present tense to subtitle sounds follows conventional grammar principles. Non-vocal sounds linked to action can be an applause, which should also be indicated in the subtitle. Pauses and hesitations. In real-time intralingual subtitling, it's very often the case that the speaker does not follow a proper path, and pauses and hesitations often interrupt the flow of speech, especially in spontaneous speeches. In the case of hesitations, the use of three dots between and within words might be used, also for sentences that remain unfinished. This is especially the case for verbatim subtitles. Also in the case of stutterings, which may have a corresponding orthographic transcription in the form of an interjection, like In the case of sensatim or edited subtitles, the use of 3 dots and stutters might be omitted. But if a sentence remains unfinished, it is recommended to include 3 dots at the end. Otherwise, the audience may think that they are losing some information. Music. Music. Real-time interlingual subtitles need to make music accessible to the audiences. The importance of music is generally underestimated, perhaps because there is a misconception that deaf and hard of hearing audiences do not enjoy music. But they might perceive music in a different manner. The inclusion of the name of the instrument or the style in the descriptive label is often advised if the artist is unknown. In the case of a famous song, it might be better to indicate the style, the name of the song, and or the name of the group. Summary. As a summary, we would like to stress the following points. First, offering non-verbal information to the viewers means more rather than less. Second, language needs to be manipulated to transfer the different non-verbal elements of the source text. Third, speakers' identification, paralinguistic features, and music are essential for some users. Exercises. The exercises for this video lecture are in the trainer's guide and the PowerPoint file.
LTA Live Text Access, Universitat Autónoma de Barcelona, SDI, Internationale Hochschule, Scuola Superiore per Mediatori Linguistici, ZDF Digital, European Federation of Hard of Hearing People FHO, Velotype, Subti Access, European Certification and Qualification Association ECQA. Co-funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. Erasmus Plus project 2018-1-DE01-KA203-004218. The information and views set on this presentation are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official opinion of the European Union. Neither the European Union institutions and bodies, nor any person acting on their behalf, may be held responsible for the use which may be made of the information contained here.